Being a Nintendo fan is awesome because we're lucky enough to have a few extra holidays sprinkled in throughout the year. If you clicked on this video, you know that I am of course speaking of Nintendo Directs. I think there's a serious case to be made for Nintendo Directs to officially be recognized as religious holidays. But you're not here to listen to me make dumb Nintendo jokes this time. You're here because you need a second dose of serotonin after that Nintendo Direct we had yesterday. And I think I can give you that. Let's jump right into this. An overarching message I got from this Direct is that the Nintendo Switch is here to stay, and you'll understand what I mean by that as we dive into more of the announcements. We opened up with Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, which seems like a pretty cool spin-off for Fire Emblem 3 Houses fans. We're seeing these Dynasty Warriors clones popping up a lot lately. We had it recently with Age of Calamity, which served as a Breath of the Wild prequel. We've been getting them for One Piece for a little while now, and here we are with Fire Emblem. It seems like they've just been taking the Dynasty Warriors formula and slapping as many different franchises on it as they can fit. And that's okay, the games are fun, simple beat-em-ups, just pick your preferred franchise and start fighting. I could also see this being a good way to get some more players into the Fire Emblem universe who might not be as keen on the existing Fire Emblem game style. The next pretty big announcement in this Direct was definitely Mario Strikers Battle League. It's been so long since we've gotten a Mario Strikers title. I mean, Mario Strikers Charged came out for the Wii back in 2007. It's literally been 15 years. I thought the series was long gone, but here we are getting a new one. The trailer itself looks pretty awesome. Hey, wait, that's definitely a handball. And there's no way that's legal. Oh well, it definitely looks like there's plenty here to freshen the series up. We can load out our teams with all unique characters of our choosing rather than running with a generic Toad or Koopa squad. They updated the super shot so that you have to pick up an orb on the soccer field to charge up your shot. That's definitely different, and we'll see how that one plays out. We can customize our armor, which I'm sure will add some strategy to the game. And it supports 8 players locally. I need to find more friends. Seriously though, the Switch needs more games that go beyond 4 players locally, and I'm glad to see them utilizing that capability for such a cool game. The Mario Strikers series has always been good fun, and I'm definitely excited to see it come back on the Nintendo Switch. The next big thing was the Splatoon 3 trailer, and we've known about this game for a little while now, but this is probably the most in-game action we've seen out of a trailer yet. And I'll be honest, I haven't spent a whole lot of time on the previous Splatoon games, so I can't really point out every single thing that's new and different about this version like I can with some other games, but it does seem like we'll be getting some new gadgets and ways to battle, and those weird-looking fish monsters look like a lot of fun to deal with. In the trailer, we kind of see them hop in and wreck the paint you've put down on the stadium already with their gross-looking, off-green, grayish paint. The game definitely looks gorgeous. The apocalyptic wasteland theme is a unique setting for a Nintendo game, and I'm looking forward to eventually trying it out. After that, we moved on to some more third-party announcements. Some of the ones that stood out were the Disney Speedway racing game, which seems like a solid kart racer to pick up if you're into all the different Disney characters. I'm honestly a little surprised that it's taken us this long to get a solid Disney kart racer. Star Wars The Force Unleashed is an older classic from the Wii era that's been sitting on my shelf for years, so it's definitely cool to see it have a little mini revival. Some more Assassin's Creed content is coming to the Switch, which is a good option, but honestly, that's the kind of game that I'll always opt to play on a PlayStation or Xbox over a low-powered Nintendo console, which is also the case for a bunch of these third-party announcements. One of the bigger third-party announcements, though, was the Chrono Cross Remaster. The team at Square Enix never fails on the RPG front, so if you're an RPG fan, I'm certain this will be worth picking up, even if you don't have nostalgia for the original Chrono Cross. And then they got to Kirby, and my gosh, does that game keep looking better and better every single time we learn more about it. The levels look great, the little Waddle Dee village seems like a really cool spot that we'll get to build up over the course of our playthrough of the game, and these new power-ups are actually pretty funny. Kirby can sort of take control of a car by gagging himself with it. You can also get a traffic cone and a vending machine in there. I mean, yeah, it's a little nightmarish, but it pretty much is exactly like the capture mechanic from Super Mario Odyssey, so I'm here for it. Also, the traditional Kirby power-ups look like they're so much fun to use. There's nothing more satisfying than working through a game and earning all of the most overpowered versions of the power-ups along the way, only to be extremely overpowered by the end of the game. It kind of reminds me of Ratchet & Clank, with these copy abilities having stronger evolved forms. And Ratchet & Clank executes that system very well, so if this power-up system is anything like Ratchet & Clank, we're in for a treat. This game pretty much looks like Mario Odyssey meets Kirby meets Ratchet & Clank, and I'll definitely be picking it up right at launch. Then, of course, we got some more third-party announcements. Notably, Portal 1 and 2 are coming to Switch. A lot of people think that those two games are some of the greatest ever made, so maybe they're worth picking up for the people who haven't tried them yet. Live Alive is another cool looking RPG to add to the already strong lineup of RPGs available on the Switch. And then we got to another mainline announcement that I was honestly kinda surprised by. Nintendo Switch Sports is the long-awaited continuation of the Wii Sports franchise. Aptly named for the new system it runs on, the game itself looks fun. It has some of the classic Wii Sports options like bowling and tennis, and also includes some new options like badminton, volleyball, and soccer. Soccer looks interesting because you can strap the Joy-Con to your leg and actually kick in real life. That's pretty neat. One complaint I do have about this game, and I noticed it immediately, is the character design. I really think we should have stuck with the traditional design of the Miis on this one. The new designs look fresh and modern, but part of the charm from the original game was getting to play with all of our choppy-looking Mii self-portraits or our poorly made Darth Vader Miis. One interesting thing about this announcement is that Wii Sports was a launch title for the Wii, whereas this is coming out 5 years into the Switch's lifespan. 5 years is about the length of the entire lifespans of the GameCube and the Wii U. This definitely is not the kind of game you release for a system that you're planning on moving on from in the next year or two. This strikes me as a sign that Nintendo plans on keeping the Switch's lifespan rolling for a little longer than average, which makes sense given how much it still sells. But on the other side of that coin, a lot of people do argue that the Switch's tech is a little outdated. The longer you extend the lifespan of the Switch, the more and more outdated that technology becomes. Before we got to the two biggest announcements of the Direct, we learned about a few more cool things. One, we got a closer look at the upcoming Cuphead Delicious Last Course DLC. That's a phenomenal game, and if you haven't tried it yet, I highly recommend that you download it. We found out that Metroid Dread is getting a couple of free DLC updates. The first one has some new difficulty modes, Rookie Mode and Dread Mode. Dread Mode puts you out after just taking one hit. That seems pretty tough, and the second update I think is cooler, since they'll be adding a Boss Rush mode. Also, Earthbound is finally coming to Switch Online. It honestly should have been there all along, but it is another sweet addition, and another game that I absolutely recommend to anyone who has a Nintendo Switch Online subscription. I still think this game needs a full-on remake or remaster though. It has so much charm to it, and the dated graphics are kind of a barrier to entry for a lot of younger players who I'm sure would really enjoy the experience. And then we got to what I thought was the biggest announcement of the entire Direct. I mean, everyone will have a different opinion on what they thought the biggest announcement was, but for me, this was it. The Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass. 48 remastered courses from across the Mario Kart series for only $25. I mean, come on, that is pretty awesome. This will officially double the amount of courses we can play in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and it was already the biggest game in the franchise. Coconut Mall is back, Choco Mountain will be a part of it, and even some of the courses from Mario Kart Tour. This is literally an entire Mario Kart's game worth of courses for $25, so we can basically forget about Mario Kart 9 for the time being. Oh, how quickly the video I posted literally 3 days ago has become outdated. Something that a lot of people on the internet seem to be pointing out about this is that they don't think the graphics in the courses they showed off in the trailer are up to par with the standard set up by the rest of the courses in Mario Kart 8. And I can kinda see it, but one, I think the finished products that we eventually get will be more polished than what we're seeing in this trailer, and two, if we can't have Mario Kart 9 yet, or would it be Mario Kart 10 since they seem to be considering Mario Kart Tour as part of the main line here, then I'm at least happy to have some more Mario Kart content to hold me over. Like I said, the amount of courses in this DLC sort of amount to what would be in a whole new game entirely. I would like to see some new characters though. It would be cool if each new wave of courses also came with a new character. This also does have me convinced that the next full-on sequel for Mario Kart won't be coming until there's a new console entirely. This also further proves to me that the Switch is definitely here to stay for the long haul. And I mean, it makes sense. You saw exactly what happened when the Wii U directly followed the Wii. Those sales were abysmal. It feels like they could be trying to squeeze like a solid 8 to 10 years out of this system before they release a new console. This DLC cycle for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe will take us into late 2023, and with Breath of the Wild 2 still on the way, Metroid Prime 4 still in development, 96 full-on racetracks to play in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the biggest Super Smash Bros. Game ever with a dedicated community, and the constant support the online services continue to receive, I can't see them announcing a new console until 2024 or even beyond. That would be on the earlier side. And of course, the final announcement, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Another pretty big one that I don't have the experience to speak on because, like Splatoon, my Xenoblade experience is very limited. This game seems like it's going to be cool though. I'm not sure how strong it was to use as an anchor for the presentation though, when you literally just announced DLC for a game that almost 40 million people own. But I guess it's to keep with the tradition of the anchor being a full-on game announcement. DLC usually doesn't round out the entire show. Overall, that's how I felt about the Nintendo Direct. It was definitely pretty decent on the Nintendo Direct scale. I've seen Directs far worse than this one, but I've also seen some much more exciting ones. What did you think of the Direct? Was there an announcement that you were really excited about? Was there something that you were really bummed that they left out? Let me know in the comments below. I think we're gonna have to wait for the E3 Direct this summer to get some of the really heavy-hitting stuff, like Breath of the Wild 2, Mario Party Superstars DLC, or maybe a new Pepsi Man game.